Karl Truman is here to answer questions. Right now, give us a call, 276-2118. Karl Truman is here to take questions. We have lots of emails, but welcome, Karl, and you've brought us some gifts.
Morning. Yes, last week I announced about my new book,
Yes.
Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and again, I'm offering it for anyone that calls in to my office, either Indiana number or my Louisville number, to send you a free copy. We announced it last week, and by the time I got back to my office, I just had a flood of phone calls.
Awesome.
So it's turning out to be a very popular item.
I want you to hear the inscription that Karl wrote to us. To the greatest pair of television hosts I have ever had the privilege of working with my greatest admiration and respect, Karl Truman. Isn't that nice?
You forgot to add.
Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful thought.
The greatest television host I've ever worked with at the CW on Tuesday mornings since January 1st, 2011.
There you go.
You're wicked, man.
I like that.
Thanks for the book.
You're welcome.
Actually, the copy that you gave me last week, I have made it through about page 49, and I'm very interested because you wrote the section on car insurance.
But this one's
Right?
better. This copy's better.
Is it really?
Yeah,
because you
I
signed it?
I
Okay.
signed it.
You wrote the section on car insurance, right?
I wrote it.
And this is a compilation of about, what, 15 or 20 other attorneys who are experts in their field?
Yeah, I mean, the several other attorneys, collaboration with some attorneys that I know through across the country that work together to try to help educate the public on what insurance companies, the type of tactics that they do, and some things that they do that the general public doesn't know about.
Well, the subtitle of this book, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, is what your insurance company doesn't want you to know and won't tell you until it's too late. We should have asked Rebecca Jackson if insurance covered her broken hip from Romania.
You can call Karl's office to get this book for free, but call us right now, 276-2118. Karl, we have an email from Terry here. And Terry says, I filed a workers' comp claim at work for a fall. Before I did so, I had to go to the emergency room and get medicine and crutches. I'm now being told I should have bought less expensive crutches and a cheaper arm sling. I'm now out $60. Is there anything I can do to get this money back?
For Pete's sake.
Yeah,
And you shouldn't have paid $100 for that Tylenol either, right?
Man, oh man.
Oh, that's pretty horrible when they want to try to nickel and dime you like that. But
Yeah.
something that we see all the time. That insurance companies, whether it's workers' comp or auto claim or health insurance, that they want to second guess what your doctor does and want to say, well, you really didn't need that MRI. They could have done something cheaper, or it is amazing what lengths they go through to try to do that. In that type of situation where it's workers' comp, I mean, you're at the hospital, you really don't have a choice. You can't go drive around town shopping for a cheaper crutch.
Yeah. My arm's broken and I need to find the cheapest sling possible. Unbelievable.
But I would call, in a situation like that, I would call the Ombudsman office in Frankfurt and try to get them to help you out with that.
That's a fancy word for troubleshooter, right?
They do. They help a lot of things like that. They try to be, for situations where, like in this situation, this person, it wouldn't be something where an attorney could justify the time and expense of getting involved in.
Sure.
So, they kind of try to help people and be a liaison or go between with the insurance company. But that shouldn't be an issue. Very
nice. There's a disability email, Karl, and this is becoming bigger and bigger. There are a lot of on-site work issues that are happening and resulting in injuries. I was hurt 8 years ago from Curtis in Sellersburg after a work accident, and I get a disability check monthly. A letter came in the mail a few weeks ago questioning why I have not been able to find a job. I got another letter sometime back and told them I just couldn't find one. I can't do heavy lifting or stay on my feet for long periods of time. Are they going to take my money away from me? I'm 56 and need it to make ends meet.
That's a tough question.
Wow, especially in this economy.
Well, I assume he's talking about Social Security disability. It's not uncommon for Social Security disability to, randomly pull files about every 3 years or so and just send you a letter and, say, are you working or are you able to work? So it's not that type of letter. They're probably not singling him out. They're probably just pulling files and sending out these letters because sometimes they do find people that happen to have gotten back to work. And I've even had situations where they actually look at the records and say, oh, well, you should have healed by now and you should be back to work. And they actually send a notice of termination of benefits, and then we have to go through an appeal for them not to lose their benefits.
Wow.
So we see that too.
That's painful.
Oh my goodness.
That just
Lots
makes a
of
bad
legal-
situation worse, right?
Yeah, it does make it difficult, and that's why it's important when you get letters like that, read them. Don't just toss them aside, because there's a very short window. Let's say if he were to get a letter saying that his benefits are being cut off, he has a very short window of only like 10 days that he can appeal that. He can file the appeal and keep his benefits going while his appeal is pending. But once you miss that window of filing, you can still file the appeal, but they'll cut off your benefits, and then you'll have to try to get them back.
Scary,
Man, that
very
is a-
scary.
A lot of hoop jumping, it sounds like.
The point of this book, which is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, Karl Truman, Esquire, author, and head of compiling of the other experts in the book, you talk about all the different ways that you can be fleeced, literally, and I love this one title, Gaining the Golden Fleece Instead of Getting Fleeced. By the insurance companies, and these are things that you just don't necessarily know, Carl. I mean, walking down the street, Becca and I wouldn't know if we were entitled to something, because neither of us really have had a tremendous amount of experience with insurance.
And they're not going to volunteer to tell you.
They
either.
certainly don't.
And that's where that's where it comes back to educating the public and try to be an informed consumer. And this is one of the things that one of my approaches is that to be able to provide information so people can be an informed consumer and know what they're getting into.
That's why we count on the Colonel.
And it's good to read this before you get into a wreck. Well, I mean, once you've been in a wreck and you're going through it, it's a little too late to start reading this. So this book is not just intended for someone who's been in a wreck and now needs help. It's a preventative measure.
Absolutely.
Very good. All right, if you want this book right here, Carl, give us the numbers.
Well, you can call either the Jeffersonville number 282-8500 or the Louisville number 968-6000, and just give us your contact info, and we'll send you a free copy.
It's yours free,
It's going to be
unless-
on Amazon. Yeah, unless you work for a law firm or an insurance company.
There you go.
It's going to be on Amazon.com for $19.95.
Carl Truman,
So if
thank
you're a
you
lawyer
so
or an
much for
insurance
being with
company,
us.
you can go to Amazon and buy it.
I'll be right back.